There's something that I want to address regarding the fandom, in particular with the whole Ayato Hinami stuff, because I see a lot of the fandom saying, oh, it's so beautiful, Ayato x Hinami, and that's fine if you want to believe that or whatever, that's cool. Personally, my opinion on it is, especially when we found out in the flashback in this chapter that basically she mentioned his sister, and he kind of understands that she's, you know, kind of close to his sister, and his sister really, you know, admires her, so that's why he took her under his wing, and he really cares about her, and maybe, you know, they bonded a little bit. People are saying, you know, that it's some couple thing, but I more so see it as maybe like big brother little sister thing, and that's just my perspective on it, and it kind of feels weird to even think of it in that way because of just the way, like, Hinami is a lot younger than Ayato, if I'm correct, and with the whole explanation of him knowing that she's really close to Toka, it kind of makes more sense in that regard. I'm just saying. Now, the beginning of this chapter reveals one major fucked up thing, and it kind of explains the psychological damage in Tsukiyama's head, and that's that the Tsukiyama family is some, yeah, weird motherfuckers. I mean, at the end of the day, they basically said that they inbreed, and that's one of the reasons why their RC cells are fucked up. No, motherfucker. That's why Tsukiyama's head is fucked up and all that. Fortissimo! I'm gonna eat this motherfucker's ass while he eats. Yeah. And Tsukiyama's father's a little weird, too, and again, I guess that's explained because their family background and whatnot. Like, when he just breaks through the window and goes, woo! It's like, yeah, calm down, bro, calm down. And it was a bit interesting when he was talking about that he wants Tsukiyama to become a Kakuja faster, and he needs to stop all this foul eating or whatever. He's like, I don't know what to do for my son. And once again, like I said in my previous review, if Tsukiyama wanted to go get something to eat, he would have just gone. So maybe Tsukiyama's father has him locked down right now, and he's trying to figure out what to do because he wants his son to, I guess, you know, morph into something greater. But at the same time, there's a lot of complications because he mainly just wants to eat Kaneki's balls. Okay, not Kaneki's balls, but you get what I mean. He's obsessed with Kaneki. And a lot of stuff with the investigators, you know, kind of talking about this new case of kidnapping and that it's very close to the Rolls-World family. So it's definitely showcasing that all the buildup we've had prior to this is going to really explode, and hopefully we get a big Tsukiyama-filled arc and we get him back to, I don't know if he'll ever be the same again, or at the very least until Kaneki shows up again, he won't be the same, and it'll be interesting to see the exchange when he sees Sasaki and he's like, Kaneki, my baby, my love. And he's like, no, bro, I'm not. You need to get your gay ass away from me. And I wasn't trying to be offensive against anyone. I'm just saying the way he would probably feel. And going back into the whole Aogiri thing, it's very interesting to see that Takizawa, one of the things that his character traits is still carried on from who he used to be, even though you can see he's a complete fucking whack job. He's like the Joker on 10 billion fucking perks and acid or whatever. He does carry over something that he had from the CCG and their ideals, and that's that ghouls don't really give a fuck about each other. And he's like, yo, you're ghouls, what the fuck do you care, whatever. And that's kind of interesting because he's out of his fucking mind. You see, he's not the same person in any which way, but he still has some traits from the CCG, which means it's a possibility he could be reverted to a certain extent. I don't see it. I see him at the end of the day, at the most of a retrieve that he'll have to his character is committing suicide in a way that will help out the CCG or something along the lines of that, if that ever occurs. And it was nice to see Taratara or Tarara, I don't really know how to pronounce the motherfucker's name. I've tried many times and I just can't remember or whatever, but seeing him yet again coming in, and I want to learn more about him. Like, seeing him in this arc and that Aogiri is still trying to figure their way of what they're going to do or whatnot, I really want to get more of him because he's a big mystery, and just kind of seeing that he's a heartless motherfucker, he don't give a fuck, and Ayato's kind of alone in this boat right now, and I think a lot of things that happened with his sister and everything has changed him. And by the way, if any of those pairing rumors are true, I think Kaneki got his hands filled and has some work cut out for him, because this motherfucker is, you know, him and Hinami, you know, like, it's bad enough that Kaneki already broke 103 of his bones. What's next? Then the whole exchange was, for the most part, very simple. It wasn't too complex, between Hinami and Sasaki, where basically they've come to an understanding. Both of them agree, you're not Kaneki, but you have very similar traits of him, and I think that that just goes to show how much of an amazing person Kaneki was, that even if he's not in his right mind and his memories are wiped away, it's still embedded within him. So I guess it's kind of going more so into the psychological thing, where even though your mind and your memories might be different, ultimately some of your character traits will still shine through. And then you could kind of tell that at the end of the day, Kaneki is basically in the back of Sasaki's mind saying, please save her, please save her. And whenever that time comes, when it's time for them to take Hinami out, that's when the moment of truth is going to go for Sasaki. I truly believe that that's when Sasaki is going to have to choose between continue the CCG life or saying fuck it, and we're going to get to that crazy ghoul where he goes rogue, and yeah, Papa Arima ain't gonna like that though. And then last but not least, the introduction of the Shiki Kijima guy. Now, The hat and everything immediately makes me think about the V organization. I think there's a huge possibility that we're going to finally get some insight into them and learn more about them, because all we know basically is that Yoshimura was a part of them. They have this big control, and there's a possibility that it's a society run by ghouls and humans alike, which would be very interesting, because then it would showcase that at the very least they can work together. And the motherfucker looks like a straight up creep, honestly. He just looks weird as fuck. Who knows if he's a breed of the two of them or whatnot, but the fact that he wants to be around Sasuke means that maybe Sasuke has traits that the V organization is looking for, and maybe they might try to bring him in or something. But yeah, yet again, another good chapter of Tokyo Ghoul, building things up, getting more into a lot of these things, and I think honestly it's just setting up a major way that the Rosewold family, Tsukiyama, are going to be a huge part of this upcoming arc in Tokyo Ghoul. So probably a 7.5 out of 10 for this one. Maybe 8-ish, because it just really has some good context and some good exposition, but aside from that, it wasn't really too special. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, do you honestly, and I know this is very minuscule and whatnot, but I just gotta ask because I just see the fandom going crazy about it right now. Is Hinami x Ayato more of a thing, or is it just more like a brother-sister relationship? And that dude at the end, is he part of the V organization and he's trying to get Sasuke in, or... And the Tsukiyama family, thoughts on that whole situation of inbred bullshit? And your overall thoughts of this chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you can do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.